Okay, today I want to chat about something that is really personal to me. Let's unpack unrealistic beauty standards and how they shape my views on natural hair and identity. If you're new here, my name is Tandy, and to be quite honest, I usually make a lot more thoughtful introductions, but today this is a very serious topic to me, so let's just get right to it. First, I want to dive into what I mean when I say natural hair. And according to Google, love her, Google says natural hair refers to hair that has not been altered by chemical straighteners, relaxers, or texturizers. It is hair that is in its natural state, reflecting the unique curl patterns and textures of individuals, particularly within the Black community. Natural hair can range from loose curls to tight coils and kinks. Embracing natural hair involves caring for and styling it in ways that highlight and maintain its natural beauty and overall health. Now, the topic of natural hair and identity is crucial within the Black community, especially here in the United States, and for several reasons. Natural hair is a significant part of Black cultural identity and heritage. Embracing natural hair can be a celebration of someone's roots as well as an expression of cultural pride. And historically, Black hair was often stigmatized, with straightening seen as a way to assimilate into predominantly white spaces. And I personally have my own experience with this. I mean, I've talked to you guys about how I was working somewhere and the manager came over to me and said, "Hey, we have a visit with corporate next week. Can you make sure that you're wearing your normal hair?" And I was like, "What?
What do you mean by that?"
You know? And then I can also think about how as far back as 5 years old, getting my first perm for school picture day. And if I can find it, I will insert a picture over here because she always been cute, okay? You know, it just goes to show you like how you look within the Black community is very, very important. And it is a symbol of much more than just, oh, she put in a little bit of effort today. It is really honestly a symbol of pride. I mean, I know myself personally, I've heard family members always telling me growing up, "You're a reflection of me, so when you step out of this house, you should look a certain way."
Ooh, and been saying that.
I've had so many family members tell me that, so there's definitely some validity in this definition for sure. Because reclaiming natural hair challenges the historical pressures and promotes self-acceptance. Natural hair also represents visibility and diverse representation in media and society. It challenges mainstream beauty standards and advocates for inclusivity. When you can see someone on the big screen in media, so to speak, that looks just like you. So with all that being said, embracing natural hair empowers individuals to express themselves authentically. Personal freedom and diversity in styling boost confidence and self-esteem. By celebrating natural hair, the Black community challenges Eurocentric beauty standards that have dominated for centuries, advocating for broader definitions of beauty. The natural hair movement was created for a sense of community and solidarity among Black individuals. It provides a platform for sharing experiences, tips, and support. At one point in time, I believe between maybe about 2010 through maybe 2016, there was an influx of Black creators on YouTube who made videos to show you exactly how they styled their natural hair. And I used to watch those all the time growing up because being able to see someone who looks like you and be able to manage and have their hair flourish was such a unique experience that I think a lot of us here in America were not exposed to. I think a lot of us just kind of grew up in the routine of, oh, well, you just figure it out without actually being taught how to manage our hair. So the YouTube natural hair community, when it first started, was so imperative to, I know, my own personal natural hair journey. It is the biggest reason why I'm able to sit in front of you today and wear my curls with pride without ever thinking, oh my gosh, maybe I need to put like a wig over this or, you know, something like that. And not to say that there's anything wrong with wearing wigs because they can be a protective style when utilized properly. But at the same time, nothing comes close to the sense of pride that you will feel when you wear just your natural hair in its natural state. So it was unfortunate when the natural hair movement pretty much just got overtook by other communities creating similar videos. I think we can all agree that managing type 1 and 2 hair is gonna be different than managing type 3 and 4. It just is what it is. I'm not saying one is better or worse off. I'm just saying the tools and styles or products that you're using to manage those different textures are going to be different. And that just is what it is, you know, call a spade a spade. Because overall, natural hair is more than just a style choice or what products you use for that matter. Having natural hair is a symbol of identity, resilience, and pride. So naturally, when I see a video going viral like the one I'm about to show you, it breaks my heart.
I would like to speak on something. I know it can be like a touchy subject, but I want to talk about this because this is a struggle that I have had with my confidence ever since I can remember. I am a very confident person, but the one thing I'm insecure about is my natural hair. Like, I feel like my natural hair is 4C. Like, it's coily, okay? And it shrinks so bad. And I've been getting relaxers ever since I was a child. I went natural for a couple of years and I just could not bring myself to be comfortable with my natural hair.
And I truly hate this for her because shrinkage is a sign of healthy hair. Like if your hair has shrinkage, because naturally all curly hair is going to shrink as it dries. It's not going to be as elongated, you know, when it's stretched out, right? So all curly hair does that. So if your hair shrinks, that's a sign of really healthy hair. Like that to me is good hair, right? Because how often do we hear within the Black community that, oh, he's got good hair or she's got really good hair. Oh, you got some good hair. Good hair is healthy hair. Let's stop this narrative that like your hair has to be a certain texture in order for it to be good, because once again, that is rooted in Eurocentric beauty standards. But let's let her cook.
And I just feel like, as especially like within our community, obviously, there's texturism, but I also feel like, this is gonna sound so like kind of privileged, but I don't have to say it, but I just struggle with this. I feel like as a light-skinned Black woman, I don't fit the beauty standard because of the texture of my hair. Like I just don't feel confident when I wear my natural hair texture. Like I don't at all.
That was a lot to unpack. I remember when I first saw this video come across my For You page on TikTok, I was like, oh, she's serious. And honestly, in that moment, I just felt bad for her that she clearly did not grow up in an environment where her natural hair was celebrated. That's obvious. And I think it's also fair to say that a lot of us didn't grow up in that environment. I mean, heck, I just told you guys at 5 years old, I got my first relaxer. She was cute though, clock it. But it's like, two truths can exist at the same time. Like, yeah, your hair can look nice, and yes, it is more manageable, but also you should still be in love with your natural hair. Because I think a lot of us sometimes conflate the idea of confidence with the need to essentially assimilate into Eurocentric beauty standards. It's a very, very thin line, you know? I feel so bad for her. Honestly, that was my first initial reaction when I first saw this video on TikTok. I said, I feel bad for this woman. But let's let her finish.
So I've always gotten relaxers, and I've always worn my hair in protective styles. Obviously, I know it's detrimental to think, and I know it's detrimental to our community, and it's a very privileged thing to say in comparison to the problems that brown skin and darker skinned women have to go through. I'm very aware of that. That's just one of my personal struggles, and I just wanted to say that because, yeah, texturism.
Yo, that's crazy, but not as crazy as you making it halfway through this video and still not subscribed. Go ahead and subscribe and give me a thumbs up too while you at it, because I mean, you watching. Go on and help me help you. Yeah, texturism is totally a thing, and I think that it took a lot of courage for her to say that so loud on the internet, because unfortunately, as a light-skinned woman, you can't have any grievances within the Black community. And I hate that, but at the same time, I do feel like there should be a safe space for light-skinned women to voice their opinions the same way that, you know, deeper skin tones within the community, within the diaspora, so to speak, the same way that they can voice their concerns and, you know, their struggles with accepting, you know, their identity. I think lighter skin people should have that same free space. And it's like, I think we should be more open to hearing experiences of all people, because Black people be quick to say that we're not a monolith, but the minute, you know, somebody that doesn't fit your idea of what being Black is, or what your idea of a quote unquote struggle is, then there's a problem. And that's not cool. You know, we all share a very unique experience being Black, but there are also idiosyncrasies within that oppression that some may feel within the diaspora that others may not feel. So it was quite interesting, to say the least, when I went through these comments, because you know that's where I be. I'm always in the comments. And side note, y'all, what we gonna do about TikTok? Because the fact that I've made so many videos on this channel based off of TikTok videos, I'm tweaking right now, honestly. Like, I just might swerve and bend that corner. Whoa. And it don't even matter that I just be on TikTok minding my Black business, because these videos always seem to find me for some reason. I don't know if TikTok thinks that because I am a light-skinned woman that this is the type of content that I want to see. I'm not saying I don't want to see it, but it definitely was not top choice in my bingo card for this year. But since we're here now, let's discuss, because the comments were all over the place under this video and people were literally shaming her. The internet is so unhinged. One person by the name of Anada Day says, as a light skin, my girl is saying this. Her hair texture is for the darkies. Whoo boy. I didn't hear that. I did not hear that at all. In fact, I feel like you heard that because you feel like that hair is for the darkies. Sis never said that. In fact, sis even acknowledged the fact that she knows she should unpack this disdain that she has for her hair. She is just trying to come out and say the quiet part out loud, because there are a lot of light-skinned women who feel this way. She's not the only light-skinned woman who has type 4 hair. But you know, if a dark-skinned woman with type 3 hair came out and said that she thinks that because, you know, she has type 3 hair, that she shouldn't have a wide nose and big lips. Like, would this be the same conversation? I think we still need to unpack the root, which is self-acceptance and self-love is at an all-time low. Still to this day within the Black community. And that is the journey of having natural hair. And I think that is the key takeaway from this creator's video. But I digress, because people, again, are going to voice their opinions on social media. And another commenter says, as a brown skin with 3B hair, ha 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 ha. See what I'm saying? Like, 97 people like this, basically agreeing with this person that that's okay. This is deeper, okay? I need y'all to get your shovels and actually dig deeper into this conversation, please. Another person goes on and says, let's bring back diaries. Now, I agree with that, okay? I totally agree with that. Jasmine says, I'm dark-skinned, so maybe that's why I'm struggling with empathizing here. How unfortunate that people within your own community don't even support you and just being vulnerable and taking a moment to acknowledge your hurtful thinking. Also being vulnerable enough to share that experience. And instead of pouring love into this person that is in your own community, you choose to dump on them for it. That's insane. And I know, like, I have a video on why, like, being light-skinned is not a flex, but if you actually listen to the words in that video and watch the video in its entirety before formulating an opinion and actually comprehend, okay? Listen, I know literacy is at an all-time low in America, but we have really got to try to understand a lot more than just reacting. Okay? Because I fear that this creator has said the quiet part out loud. People were literally exposing themselves in the comments. Simone says, I had a light-skinned friend with 4C hair tell me one day, why do you get to have good hair and mine is nappy and I'm light-skinned? LOL. I was shocked at the entitlement. Yeah, that's insane, Simone. I'd love to know how she handled that. Another person by the name of Lady Ashley says, as a stylist, I've heard this a lot. Then don't let them find out a darker skinned woman has a looser hair texture. And that comment got over 5,000 likes because I think, again, this creator posting her vulnerable moment, she found her community. People who are actually going to listen without judging. Isn't that what we love to say? We listen, we don't judge. You already know that with comments like these, stitches and duets on this video were going to be inevitable on TikTok.
Fit the beauty standard because of the texture of my hair. You fit the beauty standard because you're a lighter skin tone woman. I think I would empathize in the situation a little bit more if you said, oh, I struggle with insecurities because of my hair texture. Because then you would be like bringing awareness to the struggles that everyone with 4C hair face, which is like struggling to accept the texture of your hair because it's been discriminated against.
Now, I do agree with that, okay? So two truths can exist at the same time, you guys. This creator can have the vulnerability and the wherewithal to speak freely, but when you share your thoughts and opinions on the internet, you are honestly putting yourself out there for the scrutiny. And I do agree with this creator that stitched her video because, again, two truths can exist, right? While this creator is sharing her experience as a light-skinned woman, I think the message would have been received better by the entire diaspora if she had worded it differently. Should she have kept the light skin part to herself? Maybe, but she didn't. And I think that should also be okay. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments.
Where the disconnect was with the black community was when you said that you're light skinned, but because you have 4C hair, you don't fit the beauty standard, which doesn't really make sense. Because you're light skinned, you benefit from having lighter skin. But women who struggle with colorism and texturism in this community are struggling to empathize here, is what we're saying.
And I can understand why darker skinned women are feeling the way that they do. But as a light skinned woman, I choose not to talk about dark skin issues, okay? Because I know my place, okay? That's why I'm making this video right here. Okay, because while I don't necessarily identify with what the original poster is going through in this moment, I can't relate to that because I love my natural hair, and actually I, for the most part, don't like protective styles. If I'm wearing a protective style, just know that I just need a break. I'm tired of putting products in my hair. You know, I just want a little break for a couple days. Like this. Like, I'm sick and tired of doing my hair right now. Like, I don't have the time to really pour the love into it as much. I just wanted a little break. While I am not feeling the exact same things that this creator is feeling in this present moment, I can totally understand why she's feeling that way, while also empathizing and understanding why the community as a whole feels the way that they do based off of the verbiage that was used. But again, and maybe I need to make a separate video about this, but people love to listen to respond instead of listening to understand. We need to be able to truly understand content and consume it in a way where we really understand what's going on instead of just, again, listening to respond. Like, a lot of these people didn't even comprehend what she was saying or, again, show any empathy. They kept going though, so let's watch some more.
So unfortunately, I was raised around 3 generations of out-of-touch light-skinned women, like the Red Table Talk. So I do understand what she was saying. I speak delusional light-skinned women. Basically, it all boils down to that these light-skinned women, they don't see themselves as in the black beauty standard. So when she said, I'm not held to the same beauty standard, I'm not like you darkies, why is my hair nappy? I'm light-skinned, I'm clean, I'm supposed to look mixed, I'm supposed to be Zendaya, or I'm supposed to be Creole, I'm supposed to at least be Beyonce, but here I am, not giving any of that, and I'm blowing my cover. Yeah, in a way, it's like a passe blanc. Like, girl, I'm trying to get up there. That's exactly why she said she started perming her hair, because she just can't find, it doesn't match. No, but they really think that the only thing standing between them and Zendaya's career is a looser curl texture. They're still gonna turn around and probably pick a very, very dark-skinned man because y'all go together, and that's why, I don't know, let me just much they love. Oh.
I don't know how to take that. Comment down below how y'all taking that video right there. Let's watch another one.
I went natural for a couple of years and I just could not bring myself to be comfortable with my natural hair.
I've been seeing a lot of people get on her ass and a lot of people getting mad at the people getting on her ass and start taking up for her. I do feel like light-skinned black people and mixed black people do need a safe space to express their perception of blackness, and black people as a whole should do a better job at holding space for them. But this is not the case. What she said is not that. That's not what black women are mad at. If she would have just came on here and said, I'm not confident with my hair texture. I struggle with having 4C hair. I don't feel pretty with it. I wish I had more confidence. I wish I was raised differently and I was able to see it differently. I wish I was able to maintain it and treat it and care for it. Like, I just wish I loved my 4C hair like I see other women love it. Nobody would have said anything. Nobody would have said anything. She probably would have got a lot more black women to come out and admit that shit with her. But it was when she said this.
I feel like as a light-skinned black woman, I don't fit the beauty standard because of the texture of my hair.
When I heard her say that, I was like, oh, that's why they on your ass. You're upset that you don't feel like you're getting all the praise and the accolades and the benefits from being a light-skinned woman that you think you deserve. You have a perception of beauty and how light-skinned women are supposed to be treated and how they're supposed to look, and 4C hair does not coincide with that. It doesn't go with that. Those are not mutual to you. You basically came out here and said, listen, I know I'm a beautiful black woman and I know I get treated good, but I should be getting treated better because my hair ain't supposed to look like this, right? And the fact that you wanted pity from black women for saying this is crazy. This is too early for this. We are just now getting in a space where black people are becoming comfortable with their skin complexion and features and hair, and we this far along, and you gonna come and say this bullshit? Like, I know I'm light-skinned and beautiful, but it's just this. I don't like having the type of hair that y'all got. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. That's like a 6 foot tall white straight man coming on here saying like, yeah, I know I look how I look and I do what I do and everything, but if I only had blue eyes and blonde hair, like, I would just take over the world. If I only had blue eyes and blonde hair, everybody will be looking at this motherfucker like, if you don't shut the fuck up. That's the part that y'all skipping over that's pissing me off. It's like, oh, y'all not giving light-skinned and mixed people a safe space to speak their truth. No, that's not it. That's not this. She feels like she's being robbed of a certain treatment because of an Afrocentric feature that she has that she's not comfortable with. That's the fucking issue. Meanwhile, you bring that message to the internet with super chocolate women with 4C hair, big lips, full nose, just learning how to love themselves, looking at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's the issue. That's the issue.
I have thoughts, but I don't really know how to articulate them in this moment. So let's just go ahead and see the original poster, whose name is Nina Simone, by the way. Ironically, Nina Simone is her name. And if you have done any research on who Nina Simone is, you know that this is quite the antithesis of who she was as a person, for this woman to be not only light-skinned, but also not comfortable with her hair or her black features. So let's watch Nina's response to all the backlash that she's getting.
I'm gonna get straight to the point with this one. First things first, I never once said that 4C hair was something that only brown skin and dark skin people have to deal with and should have to deal with. And I never once said that because I'm light skinned, I shouldn't have 4C hair. The entire point of my video was to say that society holds light skinned people to a certain beauty standard. And yes, that's an ignorant assumption that light skinned people should look a certain way. And I said, and I meant light skin. I said light skin and not mixed because there are light skinned people who are fully black, like myself, that have coily hair. Just like there are dark skinned and brown skinned people who have looser curl textures. Black people are not a monolith. Like, we don't all look one certain way. But there is an ignorant assumption by a lot of people that light skin and mixed are synonymous. And just because you're light skinned, you're mixed, when that's not the case. There are also mixed people that have coily hair. So again, I said what I meant and I meant what I said when I was saying specifically light skin beauty standard. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, the beauty standard we have in the society of the United States is a Eurocentric beauty standard. So any features that anybody has that look more Eurocentric are going to be more socially desirable. But again, that's an ignorant assumption to make. I was solely speaking on the topic of texturism because I don't deal with colorism. I know that as a light-skinned woman, I benefit from colorism, but that doesn't mean that because I have 4C hair, I want to be more Eurocentric and da-da-da. I was solely speaking about my struggle with my hair and my insecurity because I know that there are a lot of other light-skinned women that also feel this way. Texturism, featurism, colorism, they can all exist in the same space without negating the experiences of other people. I completely acknowledge the fact that I know that I benefit from colorism, but again, that doesn't take away from the fact that I have insecurities. Like, being light-skinned doesn't mean I'm not gonna have insecurities.
And I think that's the biggest takeaway. Being light-skinned does not mean that you won't have insecurities. So again, I know I made the video about how being light-skinned is not a flex, and this is partly why, because just because you're light-skinned does not make you any better than anyone else. Like, it does not put you on a different pedestal, does not absolve you of having insecurities about yourself. If anything, it just shows how unique the Black experience is. Speaking from a light-skinned Black woman's perspective, right? Again, we listen to comprehend, not to respond, right? So I think the biggest takeaway from this is that, like she said, being light-skinned doesn't mean that you don't have insecurities. And I love the fact that she stood down 10 toes on what she said, because we need more people like that in this world. So many people will be bullied into apologizing for how they feel about something when that's your truth. Stand in it. Nobody else got to believe what you believe but you. But it sucks that this creator, Nina, was not allowed the grace to express feelings about herself without receiving that internet backlash. I really hate that for her. I guess this is just a case of someone keeping it too real, and I really do think that, you know, it's unfortunate for Shorty, because I went through her TikTok page briefly, and she seems like a nice and genuine person, which is honestly a breath of fresh air considering all the manufactured celebrity and influencer personalities that we see on the day-to-day. Now, if you go through some of her videos, I didn't go through all of her posts, but I did find one kind of cringy video that she made, and I'm gonna show you. Nina Simone's experience is valid and appreciated from my POV, but I want to hear what you guys feel. For me, her personality is a breath of fresh air, like I said, considering all the manufactured personalities we're used to from celebrities and influencers. Like, it really baffled me when I saw people coming at her in the comments, because weren't y'all the same ones who were trying to unfollow all the celebrities and big corporations for not being authentic? Clock that tea. I think my overall thoughts on this, though, is just let people be themselves. Let people be great. Light-skinned Black women should have the space to be vulnerable and express their feelings freely. All Black experiences are valid. It is a unique experience here in America, and I feel like we all say that, but we don't actually acknowledge it. And unlike the ladies in my previous video where I talked about why being light-skinned is not the flex you think it is, this woman is not trying to tear down anyone in the process to uplift herself. She is just speaking on her insecurities as a person, and I think that we need to hold spaces for people like that, because none of us are above having insecurities. But what do you think? Leave a comment down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video and you're not subscribed, like, I'm definitely judging you. What's good with that? How is you cool? Go ahead and tap that subscribe button and make sure to turn on that notification bell so that you can be notified of my future videos. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye. I can't believe I made it through this video without shedding a tear, honestly, because this is really personal.